I wanted to talk to you just about Manchester United.
Yeah,
really.
go on then.
I know that it's not Premier League fixture at the minute, but you are away to Nottingham Forest this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Manchester United have turned a corner?
I think Ruben Amorim has turned a corner.
Saw him smiling today.
Oh, he looks fun. He's got
the drip back.
He looks like he's got colour in his face again.
Yeah.
Ruben Amorim does. Yeah. It's life pre-Sen Le Mans and life since Sen Le Mans. That's been the change. Sen Le Mans has come in and we've won 3 games on the bounce. Now, with United are far from turning a corner still, right? Like the stats are still there. We've beaten like 21% of teams who aren't either relegation or top 6 or big 6 teams, right? There's a long way to go for me to go, I'm confident in my team again. Like, we're going away to Forest and I'm still going, all right, 50-50 chance we're getting smacked here. We got then Spurs away from home, even though with your less than fantastic home record, I'm like, yeah, I'm not confident for that game because I still don't have an innate trust for my team. But Ruben Amorim, I think, individually has turned a huge corner in the last month or so. I've been crying out, and I've said this so many times, you've heard me say this phrase so many times, you probably have as well, little wins, small wins. Little changes to your starting 11, little changes to what you're asking your team to do, little changes to the instructions, little changes, to starting and starting the bench.
What changes have you seen?
Changes have I seen? Other
than obviously the fact that you've won games. Like, what have you seen?
There is the one big change we've had in the last 12 months. Our players are so much fitter than they were now. Okay. That's how we beat Liverpool, right? Beating them all to second balls. I've seen a marked improvement in the fitness of our players. Look at in terms of our players who used to get injured all the time. Mason Mount, for example. He missed one fixture against Man City due to a little hamstring thing. He's been the best I've seen him play since we signed him 2.5 years ago. That's the big change. Yeah. But the smaller change is letting the players play to their instincts a little bit more. So, for example, Brian Mbeumo, half the reason he was so fantastic at Brentford was because of Johan Wissa, right? It was the fact that you can create a partnership that is so reliable, connection is really reliable. That allowed, and beginning of the season, Mbeumo wasn't completely fit. Obviously, he had a slightly late return to pre-season. Obviously, now that helps that he's now completely fit and working. But he's now playing a lot close to Benjamin Šeško, for example. Wissa, fantastic with his head, despite the fact that I think he's 5'9", but his heading was amazing. You've now got 6'4", 6'5" Šeško that Mbeumo can play off. You've got Mateus Cunha now is now being allowed to drop a little bit further into midfield and collect the ball a bit more often, which he was so good at Wolves. And now Amorim's letting him play a little bit more to his instinct. Bruno Fernandes is allowed to step forward a little bit further. So when you've got the goal, such as Mbeumo's second goal against Brighton, where Bruno left the ball, it's that kind of thing that I think maybe a month ago, 6 weeks ago, Bruno would have been told, right, collect that ball, get it out wide, then get the ball across into Šeško. It feels as if the small little things Amorim is doing is he's trusting his players a little bit more. And that also comes down to just having better players. Yeah. Like the Garnacho show to Cunha is a crazy, that's been a ridiculous upgrade. Oh. And Mbeumo coming in instead of having Xerxes in your team, for example. Well, all due respect to Xerxes, but Mbeumo just amazing. You've now got Ahmad playing as actually an attacking wing-back rather than Dallo and Dorgu or Mazraoui and Dallo as your wing-backs. It's like Amorim's got a little bit trust more in his players now. He's letting them play a little bit more to their instinct, and he's putting them in slightly better positions. And we've gone from win-loss, win-loss, win-loss to then win-win-win. And he's changing his tactics each little game and still getting results. He's changing starting 11 here and there a little bit, and he's still getting results. So you can consistently get these 3 wins, despite the fact that it's he's actually changing it a little more week to week. It helps that he has a whole week to do so.
Absolutely.
Big time helps got a big whole week to do so. But that's what I've seen from Amorim, where I'm going, he's changed a corner because he's allowing his team to play a little bit more the way that they were, I would say, maybe born to play. Certain players play in certain styles. That's just how it works.
Do you think they've turned a corner?
Well, yeah, they have.
Is it false hope or is it actual hope?
Very quickly, we lose 2 on the bounce and it's back to where it was before, which is why I said I think we've turned a corner as a club, as a team. But what Amorim's doing has he's put the indicator on, is basically how I look at it at the minute. He's put the indicator on and there is a corner to turn, but we actually need to turn that corner.
I think you may have reached your nadir when you lost to Grimsby. That was really poor.
Yeah.
And the manager, by all accounts, looked like he was going to be sacked.
That's what I'm saying. He's white as a sheet that game.
But sometimes in life, not just in sport, in any walk of life, sometimes you can hit rock bottom and then things happen. You get more fortuitous results. So, listen, United have got some very good players there. They should not have been in a position that we're in the first place. So, I would imagine that things will start to improve. I think Cunha coming back into the team is big for you guys because he does offer you a lot.
Oh, I'm so happy he's firing now.
So, yeah, I mean, as to where they're going to end up, that's interesting. You think you'll be targeting the European place this season?
Oh, yeah.
They've got one game a week.
Anything, a European player, are we counting Conference League in this, or are we thinking Europa League / Champions League?
I don't think you get Champions League. Well,
anything less, I think it's doable.
I think your aim, if you're honest, should be
top six.
Top six.
Yeah. Anything less than top six, by the way, fire him. I really think so. No. I still think so. I'm still think that he's not quite the right guy long term for us. I've been saying this before. I remember saying before, like, if we get to like 8 to 10 wins in space of 10 games or something, then I'm like, okay, he's actually made the changes and he recognizes things and he's becoming more adaptable. I still very hesitant to say that, but I'm more than willing to say that if I feel it's true. I'm not going to sit there and go, I said this before, so I'm going to stay like this. But if it's anything less than top six, like one game a week, 2 competitions.
It is okay to change your opinion. Like, obviously, we do take the mickey out of
Flex. I would love to change my opinion.
Call him flip-flop all the time. But, like, it is okay to change your opinion based on new evidence.
When's Martinez back?
Oh, literally like in 2 weeks.
Okay.
That could be
max. That could be big for us. But also, then, it's a World Cup year, so Luke Shaw's decided he's one of the best defenders at the club again.
But again, it's keeping them fit. But again, you are playing once a week.
It helps so much.
Yes.
One of them is Ruben Amorim. So Ruben Amorim, obviously, Sean Dyche, when Amorim was in his infancy as the United manager, like initial infancy, Sean Dyche came in and he said, I reckon that 4-4-2, I run it at United, I get more points than Amorim. Now, Sean Dyche did also say, to be fair to him, he also said, but I think Amorim needs time, blah, 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 all of this, all of that. But now they're facing off against each other. And Amorim was asked about it today. And Amorim effectively said, when you're a pundit, you just talk a lot. You say a lot of loud stuff, otherwise no one's going to listen to you. So I understand it. Yeah. I'm going to move on.
Makes sense.
But it's a fun time to talk about United at the moment for me. This is why it's exactly why I'm going to do it. Is that hey man, what can I say? Is that it's as we referenced at the beginning of the show, not lost in a month. It's only been 3 games, whereas obviously you've had 6. You had Champions League and Carabao Cup and everything. Yeah. We have not. We have had absolutely nothing. But yeah, it feels a little more, and this is what I was saying at United View, saying on United View earlier on today, that we've had a fair amount of false dawns at United, but this does feel a little bit different. But Sean Dyche is someone who knows it's not a title charge, man. Let's not get into this. Let's not do this yet, please. Please, all I want is top 6.
You're on the same points as City. You got some hard games out of the way.
We have had the hardest fixture schedule, something like that. But no, you can't do what we've done against Brentford.
You're telling me your centre back's one of the best in the league.
Huh?
You're telling me your centre back's one of the best in the league. Your 2 attacking signings are A-star signings.
Well, I said Cunha was B. I said Mbumo was A, which I've been very much proved right by, I think, personally. And I think Delit's top 5 centre back in the league, but I don't think that we're a title-winning team. It's not a title charge. There is no title charge at the minute from any team other than Arsenal. Yeah, but Sean Dyche could be here to spoil the party for Ruben Amorim.